Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. and Lady viewing at home, happy Tuesday to you all. The day is here. It is time for sports talk, so I hope that you all are ready. It is all about basketball on this edition. We are going to be talking all about the NBA draft lottery and the results. I'm very excited for my Bulls. That's just a little preview for you right there. Plus, all of the playoff series that have been going on. We had some exciting series endings, and then we've got some series that are still going on. So I can't wait to get all into it, to talk all about it. You already know the deal, though. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment whenever you hear something that you want to respond to. Do everything that you can. If you're watching this on Spotify, make sure you do all that, like, follow, subscribe. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you hype the video up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do everything you can so that you stay up to date on us, no matter how you are watching or viewing. Just make sure that you are up to date on Connecticut and whenever we drop. But with all of that being said, I'm going to get straight into it. Let's go ahead and let's hear all about these NBA draft lottery results. This is Sports Talk, and it's coming right at you very, very soon. Everybody, the NBA lottery has come and gone, and if you are a fan of the Chicago Bulls like myself, you are more than happy. You are ecstatic. Now, the top four goes as following. We had the Washington Wizards, who were able to snag the number 1 overall pick. Utah Jazz get the number 2 pick. Memphis Grizzlies at number 3. And finally, of course, they're seeing red because Chicago Bulls have got the number 4 pick. And they also had the number 15 pick. So that is 2 very important draft picks, and that leaves the Chicago Bulls. It leaves my favorite basketball franchise in the position to finally right the ship, finally get things heading in the right direction, and it all is going to start at number 4. Now, this is one of the most loaded NBA drafts in quite some time. It has been hyped up for literally this past year and even the year before that. The top 4 are almost certainly going to be the following. AJ Dibansa. His name is very hard to pronounce. Darren Peterson at number 2. He's pretty much like neck and neck with AJ. It's going to be one of those two going pretty much 1 and 2. And then at 3 and 4, the Memphis Grizzlies and Chicago Bulls are pretty much going to be having to choose between either Cam Boozer, the son of the longtime Chicago Bulls player Carlos Boozer, or Caleb Wilson. And you know what? There's 2 storylines just built in already. We're either going to be picking the son of a former player, somebody who was here for a lot of great years, or we're going to be picking somebody who shares the damn name, the whole name scheme of our new star young quarterback. So I'm going to be happy no matter what. I would love if Peterson were to drop. I'd love to have a dynamic, exciting backcourt player. But I'm going to literally be happy and be satisfied no matter what happens. At this point, it's really just waiting until the draft to get here. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, it has been a long, long time. I want to say the last time I remember the Bulls actually being relevant, actually meaning something, was I think it was the year that LeBron hit that game winner. I think D Rose hit the game winner against the Cavs in the playoffs. Then LeBron hit one the very next game, and that was just like the ceiling of our window. Everything was just pretty much shitty from there. Eventually, Derrick Rose got traded. We had Jimmy Butler for a little while, and he does have that dog in him, but he was not going to have that dog shown here. So I'm ready. I'm ready to get some excitement. I'm ready to get some juice, some energy going back into this franchise, into this city. They've got some young pieces. They've got Buzeus, who I like. He's a hometown kid. He loves the city. He's embraced the city. So I want to see him succeed. I want to be able to see him be a part of some good basketball. Not too fond of Josh Giddey. I don't know why I'm not a big fan of the Giddler, but just something about him, just he don't really jive. He don't really jive with me. So it's going to be interesting to see this young team grow. I think that they've needed a new front office. They've needed something new, something exciting to happen like this for a while. It's hilarious how literally the second they fire that front office and they start to get some new energy into it, the NBA decides to reward them with a top 5 pick. It's just funny how that happens. So It's going to be an interesting draft. I'm going to be paying attention. I am not a draft expert, so I really don't have any preference. I've had some conversations with people. I've seen and heard some concerns about, Cam Boozer being the son of a player, coachability and things like that. He was the best player in college basketball. He was the main one that I was hearing about. I really went back and I looked at the highlights and I just looked at how dominant he was. I think he's going to be fine. I would be okay with that pick, although I do think that him, from what I've been seeing from him, from what I've read on his player profile, the way he plays defense would almost certainly match up with what Memphis has going on. It'd be somebody it would definitely fit. So I am excited no matter what. If we get Caleb Wilson, we're gonna get Caleb Wilson. If we get Cam Boozer, we get Cam Boozer. If Dibansa somehow falls all the way to 4, I am certainly going to be excited to have him. I just, more than anything, I really hope that the Bulls don't overthink it. I hope this isn't one of those situations where a team does too much, where they pick a name outside of those top 4 prospects. All 4 of these guys have from literally, again, I'm not a draft expert. From what I've been reading, all 4 of these guys are damn near generational. They all have been talked about where they would be a number 1 pick if this was any other year. Just do the smart thing. Take the best prospect available. Get somebody that's going to make a difference. Don't do anything cute. There's a lot of times where teams go and get anything where they just try to overdo it, where they just end up doing some real dumb shit. Pick a motherfucker from a whole foreign country that no one's ever heard of, who wasn't on the radar. Just get Caleb Wilson. That's my vote right now. I really just like the whole parallel of having Caleb Williams as our quarterback in the NFL, and we got Caleb Wilson coming in to play for the Bulls. I think if the story writes itself, Cam Boozer would be great as well, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I I like the idea. I'm sort of just sold on the C Willie idea. C Willie 2 times. Like, you can't tell me that doesn't sound cool. You can't tell me that's not marketable. They're gonna be all across the city being fucking friends and shit together. It's just gonna be great. The 2 Calebs. We've already got Caleb Williams being out here being friends with PCA and Buzeus and everything like that. Let's just add Caleb Wilson in here. Let's really get something going. Let's get some Chicago sports unity going and have the city really feeling united and healing again. That's my thoughts, though. Like I said, Boozer I'd be okay with. Peterson I'd be okay with. Any of them I'm going to be okay with. But Caleb Wilson, the story just writes itself. So he's got my vote. Okay, leading things off, we have to start off with this talk about the Knicks and the 76ers. This series was absolutely insane. Did not go the way I thought it was going to. After the 76ers had put so much effort in putting Boston away, having that go to 7 games, I genuinely am a little shocked that they just get swept like this. Like, I knew the first game when it looked so ugly for them. I thought that was just a result of Philadelphia maybe coming in, had put too much effort in on that game 7, just came out a little lifeless, but they never picked it back up. Like, they never. The games got a little closer in 2 and 3, but it just at no point did this ever feel like the Knicks were in danger of losing this series, where they're in danger of really having any trouble this whole series. As of this recording, at the end of this series, they have the 2nd best offense and third best ranked defense. This is a team that is playing their best basketball. They're playing elite. Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, even though he got injured, even though they're missing people, people have been stepping up. The city is electric. That game 7, the energy that was in that crowd was fucking ridiculous. I really don't know how you can pick anybody but the Knicks to go to the finals right now. This is such a accomplishment for Jalen Brunson, for Cat. If they are to bring this home, and I know that's a lot to ask of them depending on whoever comes out of the West, because both those teams are looking like juggernauts, it is going to make Jalen Brunson and Cat the 2 biggest people to ever play for the Knicks, outside of maybe Mr. Nick himself. If Brunson gets a ring, he's big. He's bigger than Ewing. I'm just gonna say it right now. The life that he has given this city, it has been such a long time since New York has really had this real heavy of a reason to get this bought in on the Knicks. I love to see this right now. It feels like the Cleveland Browns or the Detroit Lions make it to the Super Bowl if they were to accomplish this. And I mean, just the basketball that they're playing right now alone is just enough to really just have you excited if you're a fan outside of New York. I mean, they tied the record for the most threes made in one half in that game 4. These guys are on one. And it's really hard for me to root against them, to have anything negative to say. They're playing just a really great brand of basketball. The shots are hitting, the defense is there. And yes, you can say as much as you want about maybe it was Philly, Embiid, and it's just he can never stay healthy. I'm going to get to them in a second, but again, only MVP that never make it to the conference finals. Yeah, you can say that New York has really had the benefit of playing a young Hawks team, and just Philly is Philly, but you have got to give them their credit. This has been an amazing run. It's been an amazing run for Jalen Brunson since he came to this team. So I have nothing but respect for them right now. I have nothing but the praise. Now, moving on to Philly. I'm not even touching about the game. I'm just talking about legacy and everything for these guys. I don't know how much longer you're going to keep this going if you're Philadelphia. I feel like you've pushed this as far as you can. Embiid is getting older. He's getting more and more injury prone. He's been injury prone since the beginning of his career. So at this point, if I'm anybody in that front office when it comes to Philadelphia, I think I'm ready to blow this up. You've had an impressive run in this playoffs. Embiid was able to do something. I feel like it's better to get ahead of things and start the rebuild now, or start to retool, I should say, because I don't think you're going to want Maxey is Maxey. Embiid is probably the best player, but he, like I said, just with his health history, I don't know why you would continue to try this. The East is going to get more and more difficult as some of these teams that are younger and younger get better. So it's probably best now to just start to retool. Yeah, it's only so much you can say. It's only so many times you can continue to have this go on. And listen, they have things to be excited for in the future. VJ Edgecombe is going to be a decent player, but I just don't feel a real reason to be excited for the Philadelphia going forward. So that's why if I'm them, blow this up, start this over. You've came up short so many times. It's only so much that you can there's only so much that you can really keep doing this. Embiid is 32 years old. He's only played 96 regular season games over the past 3 years. How many times are we going to keep doing this? They tried the process. They went through an era of this shit. It's time to move on. But I will end this just on a more positive note by once again saying, shout out New York, shout out Jalen Brunson. If they keep this going, he's definitely going to be the greatest Knick to ever play there. The only guy that'll be in contention with him is Mr. Knick himself. All right, little Cavs going up against the Pistons action. Cavs were able to get the win to tie up the series 112-103. Listen, Cade Cunningham can do as much as he can. He can go out there and he can try as hard as he can, but if he's the only one that's going to be out there really trying, really being able to hit the shots that he needs to hit, then there's only so much he can do. You've got one other guy on this team, a guy by the name of Jalen Duren, who is somehow he was in conversations, I guess, to get a max contract at the end of this year. That needs to be over as of today. I am not going to try to act like I am some basketball expert, like I am somebody that's been watching for years and years and years. But every single Pistons game that I've had the opportunity to watch this postseason, I have seen this man stink it up and show his ass, and today was no exception. That first quarter was fucking awful. This man was out there floundering. He couldn't get shit done. He's supposed to be there big, and he only ends up getting 2 rebounds in the entire fucking game. It's bad enough you got 4 turnovers in this bitch, and you're not even supposed to be handling the ball like that. What's going on? I don't know what's happened to this guy. Like, how you go from the perceived level of you, like I said, being prepared to be offered a max contract, being prepared to be thought of as one of the key pieces of the team, to this floundering in the postseason that this man has done. It's been pathetic. If it wouldn't have been for Karis LeVert really coming off the bench and providing them for the spark that they had, being able to hit the threes and just get the points that they needed, this game probably wouldn't have been close, because it would have just been Cade doing as much as he can and just running all over the fucking court by himself again. I don't know how far the Pistons are going to be able to go, but I do know that if they fuck up, if they fail right here, if they fail in the Eastern Conference Finals, it literally all the blame needs to be put on Jalen Duren, because this man has been showing his ass and he has been pathetic this postseason. Now, moving on to the Cavs, this was just one of those games where Donovan Mitchell showed up and showed out. 43 points, 13 to 26, 13 to 15 from the free throw, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He was out. He was a dynamo. He got the points that they needed to get. He was out there just performing. James Harden wasn't too bad himself. 24 points, 5 and 9 from 3, perfect from the free throw line, 11 assists. They did their thing. The turnovers were low as well. So this was just a game where they both came out, did their thing, and that was what allowed them to get the edge over them. The series is tied now, so it's up for grabs right now. I'm still want to lean in Detroit's favor. I want to say that they should be able to take care of business and get things done, but it's just going to come down to Jalen Duren showing up, or just anybody being able to help out Cade, because he can't do it himself. If he doesn't have a game where he's putting up like 30 points and something like that, it just feels like they're not going to be able to really get the wins. And that speaks to the lack of help. And Tobias Harris didn't have his best game either, but I don't want to put too much blame on Tobias Harris, because Tobias Harris has been pretty solid for them this postseason run. It's really just, they just need the guy who's supposed to be their number 2 player step up and be their number 2 player. But we'll see what happens next. Series goes back to Detroit. If they're able to get that win and be able to take a 3-2 lead, I like their chances, but I'm probably going to pick whoever wins Game 5 to win the rest of the series at this point. Alrighty, we've got the Thunder, we've got the Lakers. Game 4, it ended the way we all thought it was going to end. They swept them. This was the best performance that the Lakers could have put up in this game. They really did come out and give it their all. LeBron came out aggressive to start things off. Austin Reeves was trying to do his best that they could. But at the end of the day, the Oklahoma City Thunder are just a different beast. They're a different animal this year, and they're just truly built different. There's really not much you can say. They had the lead going into at the end of the first quarter, the Lakers, but it's just too much. They have too many pieces on there that are effective. You just can't. It's impossible to do it, especially with your best player out. So the Lakers were able to put up a fight. It looked like they were going to be able to do something going into the fourth quarter with the lead they had. They kept it close, but at the end of the day, the Thunder just proves what we all know, is that they're the better team. Now they've got plenty of time. They've got plenty of rest because we already know, as we're going to talk about later, the series is tied between the Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs. That one is not going to be over at least until Game 6. So regardless, they've got time to sit back, relax, get even more rested, get even more prepared. And yeah, the juggernaut just keeps on jugging. So there's not much else you can say. Shea is definitely on his way to a second MVP. It's hard to really root against them. It's hard to really just be mad at how good they are right now, because they're just built different. But yeah, no, when it comes to the Lakers, I know it's a sweep, but I'm somebody that, especially when it's like playing against the only teams I can compare this to are probably the 90s Bulls, are the 2017 Warriors, or the 2010s Warriors, where it's just like, you can't be too mad when you have a squad that's built that goes up against just this buzzsaw, especially when you have Luka go down hurt. You're not able to get him back. Austin Reeves and LeBron, they both did as well as they could. You got You got 27 from him, 3 of 7 from 3. You got 24 and three assists with 12 rebounds from LeBron. I really can't say that I'm disappointed by either one of their performances. It's not like they outdid them. They had better free throws. They outdid them on threes. They out rebounded them. It's just, I mean, yeah, having more turnovers definitely hurt, but it's just only so much you can do. It's only so much you can do when you're going up against a team that stacked. So for the Lakers, where they go from here, it really just depends on what's going to happen with LeBron. I've already made what I think he should do, or what I would hope he would do, very clear. I think he should definitely find his way back to Cleveland, but that remains to be seen. We'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens. But yeah, other than that, this was a solid game. Definitely was the best type of closeout game that you could ask for, even if it was pretty much a foregone conclusion on who was probably going to win. All right, last series that we're going to talk about is going to be the Spurs and the Timberwolves. Going into Game 5 tomorrow, they are tied 2-2. The Timberwolves, of course, were able to win the last game, Game 4, after Wembanyama got himself ejected in the first quarter following I wouldn't call it vicious, but just a very nasty-looking elbow that he sent at Naz Reid. And I'll start off by talking about that. It's been said enough already. If Victor Wembanyama is in this game, if he's able to stay the full time, I just fully think that the Spurs are able to get the dub. I think that they close out. But when you lose your best player like that, when you take that rim protector and everything that he is away from them, and you just take that defense that he provides away from that team, just makes everything easier, especially for a team that has quality big men like the Timberwolves, and it makes everybody else's jobs that much harder. They're a young team. So, growing pains, players doing shit like this, even if it's Wemby, it has to be expected. I'm not one of those people that's clutching their pearls or thinking he should have been suspended. I think it's sort of crazy that was even brought up. But I do just think that, like I said, it's interesting. It's got to not happen again, because this is the playoffs, Wemby. You can't be out there losing your cool, especially when your team is just they're not there yet to where I think that they can really be expected to close things out, to just stay clutch without you there. You are too crucial to your team. You are too important to what you do. It's not a SGA situation where SGA can be off the court for periods of time and that team is going to still run perfectly fine. So this is going to be a learning lesson for him. I think that he'll be able to get better from it. Learn not to let it happen. Learn to, yes, they're going to play physical. They're going to play physical on you. They're going to attack you in ways that it's that other people are going to pay attention to. But he's got to just don't allow them to psych yourself out of the game, because he is too important. Now, on the Timberwolves side of things, I'm not ready to fully count them out. They still, of course, have a lot of quality players. You never know what can happen. Anthony Edwards can go off. Ayo Dosunmu can go off. They've got enough players on this team to where anybody can have a crazy type game and just get them a dub. But I just find it hard to believe that, especially if Wemby is able to keep his cool and stay in the rest of these games, that they're going to be able to get 2 more wins on them. It took Wemby going out. It took just, that surprise out of Game 1. But when it comes down to it, I just think the talent on the other side, on the Spurs, is just going to be too much for the Timberwolves to overcome. We've still got Anthony Edwards, who's been playing hurt, who's not being able to be his full self. So I have faith that it'll be a fun series to watch, but in the end, I'm still leaning heavily on the Spurs. I'm still thinking that they're going to be able to get this done. This has been Kinetic Aesthetic. This has been your boy Germ. To everyone out there, make sure that you like, follow, subscribe. If you heard something that you wanted to respond to, if you got a team that you're rooting for in the playoffs, or if you have a specific player that you want them to pick with that number 4 overall pick, Bulls fan, just make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you let me know. I would love to respond back to you, and we can talk all about it. But with all that being said, this has been Sports Talk. It's been Kinetic Aesthetic. It's your boy Germ. We'll catch you all tomorrow. But other than that, continue to be the best versions of yourselves, drink a lot of water, tell your friends and family you love them, and just continue to be good people. It's your boy Germ, and I'm out. Peace.